Hello everybody, Iain Robson, welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Today we are hauling a cable reel from Bismarck, North Dakota to Fargo, North Dakota. This is one of the other ones from the heavy cargo pack. I don't know how heavy this is. It's not super heavy. We can find out real quick. It is 29 tons, so not too bad. Kind of a cheap job. Doesn't really give us a whole lot of money, but c'est la vie, I suppose. Also, this area to get this trailer out of is kind of interesting. Because it was parked around the corner there, so, and the problem was there's another trailer right there. Apparently I just turned my truck off. It was a very low idle apparently. Alright, let's go ahead and get rolling. It's only a short little journey. It's about 280, I think, something like that. 280 clicks. Nothing too crazy. Oh, there's 276 clicks. There we go. So we're turning right. Let's stay on the left side of this area right here. Give ourselves lots of room. And hopefully no one tries to get out. Let's put our flashers on actually, or our hazard lights, as some people may call them. Wow, really, buddy? Thank you, Jeep. Look at this guy. Hopefully, this is a trick that I think Farmer Beavis mentioned, is if you put your hazards lights on, they're more likely to kind of be forgiving. And that's why I'm just kind of taking it slow. I still need to take this corner wider than that, actually. Believe it or not. Alright, let's see if we can do this. We basically need to go into the other lane here for a second. Oh, look at that guy. He's stopped right there. There we go. Perfect. That's better. Take the hazards off. Get in the left lane, or turn left, not the left lane. There's no left lane here. So I'm still using an old version of the coast to coast map, so I'm half expecting the map to crash on me. Because I was talking to Country Gaming, and she had a problem where the map crashed on her, so. There we go. Nice easy turn here. Excellent. But it's kind of a neat little. This one's only got the front axle. It doesn't have the rear axle, or the extra axle in the back. So it's not too bad in reality. So it's relatively easy to make left turns. Right turns, well, you just saw what a right turn was like back there. So oh, it's a nice little truck there. Looks like a nice Dodge. Maybe something else. I can't tell. That was a pretty quick little view of it. So it depends on the. It depends on the type of turn that we're going to make here. So like this one, I'm just going to continue going straight here for a little bit. And then that truck's turning. There we go. So let's make a nice wide turn here. We got lots of space. Lots and lots of space to make this turn. There we go. That was a cop. Thank you, Mr. Police Officer. Alright, there we go. Okay, so let's get up into the highway, and like I said, we're just doing a short little journey. It's only 280 clicks, so should be interesting. Downshift a little bit here. Take a nice left turn. Alright. Let's get on the hill and get onto the highway. Is someone going to let us in? There we go. Excellent. It's been a while since I played American Truck Simulator, actually. I've been so sucked into Farm Simulator with the Seasons mod and all that jazz. Mess around on that on my single player. It's kind of funny, actually, to see how much time I put into that. Just leaving it on, doing some things like walking away from it, setting up course play, and then kind of going away for a bit, coming back to it. So it's kind of funny. Like I said, I'm half expecting a crash here, so we'll see what happens. It's one of the other reasons why it's a short journey here, because you never know. Alright, here we go. Set up our cruise control to 105 here, because that is our cruise. There we go. Reposition ourselves there. So again, we're using the coast-to-coast map and the Canada Dream map. So there are some updated ones to that. I just have not updated my maps yet because so far they've been functioning well, which has been pretty good actually. So I have been rather pleased about that. So it's one of those things where you're like, well, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? And so far it's working for me still. So I know Country Gaming had a problem with Florida specifically was the state she ran into problems with, so we'll see. I'm not in Florida, I'm North Dakota right now, so I don't foresee myself running into problems, but anything is possible. I wonder what this is I wonder what kind of cable this is. They don't kind of tell you, they just say it's cable. And that's all they say. I actually saw one of these on the highway not too long ago. In this case, all the straps went through the middle of the reel as opposed to like in the sides there, which is kind of interesting. So I think I had like 4 different straps on it, all going through the middle of it. I guess so it wouldn't rock or anything. It still seems like it probably would, but just one of those things where you're like, well, would it rock? Would it not rock? But I don't know, with 4 straps, I guess it's fine. I guess. I am not a trucker by any means. I added one more mod to my mods list on this. And that was the no more grinds, just to see how I liked it. It kind of gives you a bit of a false sense of like you're doing a good job shifting gears, or floating gears I should say, because if you float the gear wrong, you're still not gonna hear any grind at all. So, but if you float the gear right, you're not gonna hear anything either. Like you shouldn't hear anything. But I don't know. I kind of like the idea of if you make a mistake and you get the grinding gears a little bit. But I have had more than one person say, ooh, we can't find them, grind them, so I thought I'd give it a go for a bit to see how I like this mod. So far so good. It's somewhat underwhelming because you're like, oh, there's no grinding of the gears at all, so if you make any mistakes, you wouldn't know. I would know because I'm like, well, that seems like it shifted awfully easily without any grinding sounds, but in reality it's not shifting easy at all. But, well. What's going on here? Why are you guys all slowing down? I don't know why they do that. They do like a little brake check almost. No one hit their brakes, and now that I'm in this lane, they're all going faster again. Well, that's always the way it goes. You can like go in the one lane and it's like, oh, hey, no problem whatsoever. And then the other lane's like, oh, wait a minute, you can't do that. We need to go faster again. It's really bizarre how the AI works. So, anyways, we should be seeing the New Mexico DLC coming out shortly. There's no announcement made yet, but considering they've released quite a few photos of it, I expect it to be out within the next few months. I thought maybe it'd be out this month, maybe, in the summer, but with the SCS, you never know. They only release the product when it's finished, so I'm totally fine with that. You get anxious about waiting for the next big thing, but at this point in time, I'm just kind of like, okay, that's cool, whatever. It's all good. As long as we see some new content soon, I suppose, be the ideal thing. Now, the hard part with now the thing you have to consider with ETS and ATS is ETS has been around for a long time. ETS2 specifically has been around for a long time, and that's why there's so much of Europe in the map, whereas ATS has been around for maybe a year now, a year, 2 years, something like that. And they released Arizona. Was another, I think, DLC they added as a free DLC, and now we'll get the New Mexico one at some point. So I guess as the years progress, we'll see more and more states come in, but it's going to be difficult to get all of the states in all at once, right? So they only have a certain number of developers and whatnot and programmers, so they can't exactly work on every state all at the same time. Then you kind of pick and choose. So that's the reason why you only get certain states at a certain time. So anyhow, copy break 1 second here. It's funny, I was driving not too long ago, and I was thinking about driving a car versus driving in this game. In this game, turning your wheel like this is so easy to do. In real life, there's a lot more resistance when you turn your wheel like that, when you make even the small movements. But the funny thing is, the way it works with like when you turn the wheel all the way around, like I get the sensation with the force feedback when I turn the wheel like all the way to the left or all the way to the right, but I find when I make smaller adjustments I don't get the feedback. It's not until I get like to here That's when I start getting that feedback. Whoa. What's going on here? Why are they all slowing down again? See, I don't know why they do this. They're like just constantly like kind of slowing down. Let's hear that jig break on the outside here. Not too bad. But if I dropped it down to the 7, you'd hear a nice jig break. A nicer... Yeah, why is this car just slowing down? And then it speeds up randomly. Look at that. Hate it when they do that. They're just like, I'm going to slow down for a bit. But cars in real life do that all the time too. You'll be on the highway cruising like, let's say 110. And then some guy comes in front of you, is doing 110 for a second, and then goes down to 105. And you're like, what's going on here? Like, what on earth are you doing, buddy? So when you're the one behind that person, you're like, what's going on? Yeah, I don't know why they keep slowing down up here. But yeah, it's really bizarre. It's like you'll see them slow down for random reasons, and then when you go to pass them, they'll suddenly decide to speed up because like, oh, I'm being passed, I better speed up. It's so strange. People are strange. People are strange. Definitely. What's that song called? People Are Strange When You're a Stranger. I think that is by Jim Morrison. I'm not sure if it's originally by Jim Morrison, by The Doors, but I believe he does a rendition of it. People are strange when you're a stranger. Yeah. I don't know. That often comes to my mind when I say people are strange, because they definitely are. Everybody's strange in their own way, really. But especially on the highways, it seems like sometimes you're like, you get kind of confused. It's like, okay, so why exactly did that person get in front of me, then slow down after passing me? Because I was going too slow. Like that, for example. And then he moves into their lane, and then I'll put the cruise control back on, and then they'll decide to go slower. So often what I've ended up doing in this game sometimes, when I just want to cruise without slowing down and speeding up constantly, is I'll set my cruise control lower. So like instead of it being like 105, which is a maximum for me, I'll set it like 90 and 95, something like that. So the cars just pass me. So even if they get in front of me, they're just going to go faster than me still. Oh, another state trooper. I don't know what kind of trooper that is. Looks like here's our stop coming up here anyway, so. There we go. I don't know how fast we're supposed to be going along here. Still says we can do 120, so. I'm inclined to disagree with you when it comes to these types of turns here. There we go. Drop it down here, or say drop it up. There we go. Take the jake brake off. We don't need it anymore. Coming into town, often a lot of towns have rules against using engine brakes in town. They'll have a sign saying no engine brakes, something like that. What the heck? It went from like 100. Went from like 100 down to 50. That is a terrible transition. I'm still speeding, apparently. Alright, so now this is a 50km/h area. Go figure. Not bad little town. So, the stoplight up here. Probably should slow down. Making a right turn up here. Get behind this, I can't zoom out nearly enough to see what kind of car that is. I'm going to stay in this lane just because I want to make a nice wide turn. If I was in a car, if I had a shorter box on, I probably would just make a right turn right now. But because we have this heavier load, this articulated situation going on here, let's see what that looks like. Oh, saw that one coming. Sorry, my bad. Let's see if we can't get around this turn. Oh, I was going so well too. Yeah, but that's the reason why. Oh, we're gonna make that. Barely. We might clip the caution signs here. Like, look how much I am in the other lane still. There we go. Alright. Oh, sure, now you change lights. Alright, making the left turn here. Left turns aren't too bad as long as there's no one right there. Ooh, that's a tight road too, look at that. Taxi! What are you doing, taxi? What are you doing? Oh, we're gonna be okay, I think, actually. If that taxi had gotten any closer, it would have been bad news bears for that taxi, that's for sure. Ah, I can't believe we knocked into that truck. That's what I get for not being cautious enough, I suppose. Alright, so this is our turn right here on the left. The real depot. Or depot, as some people might call it. I think if the Brits would call it depot. I think us Canadians would say depot. Ooh, that's an interesting car. It's funny, I like watching the turns outside of the vehicles with these really long loads. I don't know why. It's because to see what happens. More than anything else. That's what I kind of always curious about. Is it want us to go right there somewhere? No, that's not the right place. Alright, where does it want this thing? Nope. Right there, okay. Make a nice amount. Oh, there's a tank there apparently. Probably take that next time. Or is it a tank? One of those all, what the heck is that thing? I'm not exactly sure. This is where it gets really difficult. Because you need to be, even though it took that turn as wide as I possibly could almost, I still probably am not going to be lined up nicely. Let's see here. It's funny, I watched Jeff Fabiano do one of these heavy haul loads to see what his opinion of it was, to see how he handled it, because, you know, he seems like a pretty professional-ish type driver type person. But man, he got so frustrated with the parking side of it. Because it's the way it works. Yeah, this is that gonna be in? No. Yeah, but he got so frustrated. It was comical to watch. Don't think I can get much closer to the wall than that. Alright, let's straighten out here. Let's see if it'll accept that. No. It's almost like you gotta do 2 separate rounds. I'm just gonna skip the parking for now, or else you'll see me. I thought this should be heavy. Oh, apparently, I wonder what that achievement's all about. I don't know how I got an excellent when we crashed into that dude there, but we totally did. So 282 kilometers, not too bad. That's it for me for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed that little short journey there. Unfortunately, we did crash into that dude, which is never cool, but hey, that happens sometimes, even in real life. So, my name's Iain Robson. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more American Truck Simulator. Catch you guys later.